Hi, this is Joseph Williams, son of John Williams, and you are watching the Nerf Herder Council.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. I am your host, JT. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, as well as the Facebook and YouTube pages of the Virtual Cantina Network. We are also live on the Nerf Herder Council Twitch stream. If you're not subscribed there, go ahead and do that. And if you are not already subscribed to the Nerf Herder Council or Virtual Cantina pages, please do that. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time we go live. As always, guys, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. If you would like to get some awesome Virtual Cantina Network swag, just go to tpublic.com/user, how appropriate, /virtual-cantina. And if you would like to get some kick-ass customizable Nerf Herder Council swag, just go to shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. Without further ado, please allow me to bring on my favorite program. He fights for the users. He is, of course, my best friend and my brother, AJ. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
What's going on, brother? This is our
much.
Halloween show, so this is my bullshit cosplay that I'm doing for tonight's episode.
I thought we already did our
Aries.
Halloween show. Well, technically, yeah. Is there like a fat
You too
Tron
can
guy?
have this costume for $6.99 in red duct tape at Michael's Craft Stores.
Right. See, there we go. Discuss Metal Joe's on point already. He says JT's dressing as Master Control program for Halloween, right? Yes. Oh my gosh. Kale McLeish, good to see you. He says, good morning, users / Drakes. How goes it? It goes awesome, man. It goes awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, looking forward to this one. I'm a little fired up for this because I'm a huge Tron guy. So, oh, by the way, first of all, the views of the Nerf Herder Council do not necessarily reflect those of the Virtual Cantina Network, and also there might be some swearing on this show. In fact, I can guarantee you there will be some swearing on this show. So if you're not into that sort of shit, you might want to turn the show off. So there you go. Also, there will be spoilers. So we will be giving away spoilers for Tron Ares. Also, the first two Tron movies. And if you haven't seen those, I really don't feel bad about, spoiling a movie.
Is there a statute of limitations on spoilers? Like when you're talking about like a 15 or a 42-year-old movie, do you have to say spoilers? Or could you just say, it's been long enough, man? Shit, or get off the pot.
Well, I mean, you can, which is exactly what I was about to say if you didn't cut me off. So, just want to say that.
Sorry, I'm fresh off the grid. I don't understand how humans interact.
Rectify. All right. So we're going to be talking about the new Tron movie, which I am a huge fan of. Hopefully my screen doesn't go a little blurry here. My computer's giving me a crap internet signal for some reason, but I tried rebooting everything and I did what I could. So maybe it's all those bad reviewers trying to get back at me for enjoying the movie that they've been shitting on, which we will definitely get to. But before we do that, AJ, real quick, I do have a kind of like an outline of topics for tonight. So I did prepare a little bit. Prep. It's very, very generic, but I have it to keep us on track here. You know what always helps is if you're supposed to be on the Facebook page of the Virtual Cantina Network, that you actually share it to the Facebook page of the Virtual Cantina Network. Yee. Not my best work. Okay. Anyway, anyway, so without further ado, as I do this, we do have a friend coming on to help us out. AJ, you wildly disagree with one of his opinions. And I'm glad you weren't on the show when we discussed this awesome movie called Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But you know him, you love him. He's an excellent friend of mine. He is the keyboard player for the country's preeminent Bon Jovi tribute band. He is a friend of show, the mighty Sean Faust. What is up, dude? Great to see you.
Hey, what's happening?
Can you actually hear us this time?
I can hear you now, and I feel wonderful about it.
Nice.
I feel wonderful about it. I saw this movie a third time, by the way.
I've seen it 3 times too.
Okay.
So
3 times 2 is 6.
is that we're gonna do that?
Joke, it's computers. You wouldn't get it.
It's hard to put in a nutshell.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh my god.
There are problems with this movie. I just want to say this like right out of the gate that this movie does have problems, but it's not bad. It's not a piece of garbage. Just it's like Kale said in the chat. People don't like Jared Leto for whatever reason. Although I'm kind of understanding these reasons. Hey, Kale. Hey, program. Hey, Chastity. Hey, program. Greetings, program.
See, that's what you do. Greetings program. There
What's
you go.
going on, guys? So, JT and AJ, how you guys been? It's been a long time.
I'm doing great. I'm talking Tron. I just
Yeah.
want to know why the hell you came on my show and instantly said something negative about the movie.
Yeah, this
Well-
is going to be a contentious one, Sean.
Well,
Basically,
here I'll
he's
tell
not
I
gonna
know
accept any
he's
negativity.
a fanboy. He's a fanboy. He thinks
Yeah.
Episode 9 is a good movie just because it says Star Wars. It's got to be good. So now he's saying just because it says Tron, it's got to be good. The only movies that just because it says
And it
so
is.
are Indiana Jones and Tron. Because I go into a Tron movie, I'm not expecting The Godfather. I'm gonna turn off my brain. I'm gonna like just go into the grid and enjoy myself. And I did 3 times. 3 times.
I
So
think that's a
AJ,
good jumping off point.
I was gonna say, how many times have you seen it now, AJ?
Just the one.
In IMAX 3D.
But it's okay. I've been watching a lot of internet reviews, so I know exactly what I'm supposed to think.
Oh, I got home from the movie thinking I liked it until the internet told me I was wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we can start there. We can, and then we'll get into the actual meat and bones of it because that's actually one of the points on my my outline here. Yeah, the reviews were, I would say, mixed, but from
I would
what
say brutal.
Well, they were very skewed towards the negative, and I'm not sure if that's just clickbait or if people actually believe the bullshit that they're spewing. Because
Well, look, man, I don't want to interrupt you, but like everybody has a right to an opinion. And if they don't like it for whatever reasons that they don't like it, it's okay. But if they're not liking it just because it exists, they're wrong.
but
that's
that-
the bullshit.
but that's not my problem with it. My problem is like, I saw these negative reviews and I got pissed off because the first night we saw it was AJ and me and my guitar player Jonah, who's an enormous Tron fan. He drove from Michigan, all the way here to Cleveland, Ohio to see it in IMAX with us.
Hello, Cleveland.
Yeah. By the way, AJ, funny story. I got a text from Jonah a week later. He says, "I'm a dumbass." I said, "Why?" He said he works at a Lowe's. He's a manager at Lowe's.
It's such a broad statement.
And there's a Cinemark right next door to that Lowe's he works at. He
Okay.
says, "I forgot that Cinemark was an IMAX." He literally drove here because it was an IMAX when he could have literally walked next door after work. So,
All right.
There's a
but-
Cinemark by me that has those seats that like
Oh, the
interact.
XD?
The XD. That's what I'm
like the
thinking about
the
doing
40
it.
things. Yeah.
I'm
I saw
thinking, like,
Rogue One in that.
Will it put me into a better Tron movie? Is what I want to know. Like, is it going to put me into Legacy?
What the fuck is it with you? Like, what
I'm
are you
just-
what are you here to
Liking this
do?
guy.
I'm
What
here
the
to
hell?
poke
What are
the
you here
bear,
to do, man? Like I brought you on because we were texting. You're like, I love it. I want to come on the
I
show.
do love it.
Apparently not. You sandbagged me, you prick. What the fuck?
I did not. I did
I
not.
gotta
Fuck
say,
you.
brother, I'm liking this
Fuck you,
guy
your
over
Bon
here.
Jovi
I'll tell
tribute
you
band
what.
isn't that great. There
Sure
are bigger
is.
Bon Jovi tributes.
There it
I
is. But
lied.
AJ, I love you, man. But Crystal Skull is still a fun movie. It's still the 5th. It's still number 5 in the ranking, but it's still.
Now
a
he's
good
sucking
movie.
up to me.
No, I'm talking to AJ right here. I'm saying it's the worst Indiana Jones movie, but it's still good.
We could have
also-
called this Tron Ares, the crystal skull of the Tron franchise.
Dude, I saw somebody. I mean, maybe, but I saw
Holy
somebody
shit,
like
man.
rearrange letters call it Tron Arse.
Oh my god. Tron-
First of all,
that's funny. Yes.
Tron Arse was funny. You want it like in a nutshell? I'll tell you what my issue is with the movie, and this is
But we're
You
not
can see
talking
the-
about that yet. You're gonna have to hold off on
fair
that.
enough.
We're
Fine,
s-
fine.
If we
Right,
don't
right,
stick,
fine.
if we don't
So
stick
we
to
love
my
this
outline, we're
movie. We love the
screwed.
movie. John says we love it. We all love it, and that's how it is.
No. We were talking about seriously. If we don't
Mhm.
stick to the damn outline, we are
No,
screwed.
I got you. I got you.
Like Star Trek
Um,
4. I love Italian, and so do
And
you.
so do you.
Yes.
Nice. No, but I mean the reviews, like my question was like, I don't know what to think because I saw mixed reviews, a lot of negative, and when I started watching the ones on YouTube, like Jonah was here and he spent the night, so we were looking up reviews and stuff. We were in our in our Tron moods, and when we clicked on the pages of a lot of these reviewers, everything on their page was this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. So
Mhm.
I don't know how to take that seriously. And what depresses me about that is the movie's not doing great at the box office, and I wonder if it's because people are just looking at this, clicking on a second of it, going, "Oh, it sucks, fucking, I'm not seeing it." Like, I mean, did you guys notice that the people that are shitting on it are pretty much crapping on everything?
Well, they're the people that, it's got to be high art. So this is the time of year where all the Oscar bait comes out. And like, so this is the high art. These are the real movies. Kale, shut up. That's why Dream Theater is actually canceling their Australian tour because you talk like this.
Oh,
Um,
damn.
Kale, I love
That's
you.
not the big guns.
But so like I loved one battle after another, and I love that stuff. But a lot of the stuff in the past 10 years has been just pretentious Oscar bait bullshit. And these people flock to it because it makes them feel more intelligent than they really are. So something like this, where like just turn off your brain and like look at wow, that's gorgeous. And this is a very beautiful movie to look at, by the way.
Yeah.
Just turn off your brain and enjoy the story. Like or just enjoy the visuals, enjoy the 9 Inch Nails. Just it's not something that's like going to be high art. It's a Tron movie. Enjoy it. But these people are like, well, Paul Thomas Anderson and who's the other Anderson?
Wes
Mr. Anderson.
Well, yeah, and Mr. Anderson and Wes Anderson. They make everything from them. It's great. Like What's Her Face has this movie coming out that's like the same story we've seen a million times. Chloe Zhao, who did Eternals, which was great, but she did some Oscar movie before that. So it's Oscar bait. Oh, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. And these reviewers are just going to blow those movies where something
AJ,
like this.
I saw the look on your face. Yeah. Go ahead, continue after saying
The Crystal
Eternals
Skull
was great.
Lover also is going to stand for Eternals. Okay.
Eternals is a fun watch. Once you get past the first 15 minutes, though, that's kind of dog shit, like the beginning of Solo. But once you get past the first 10, 15 minutes, it's fun stuff. Dude,
Jesus
come on.
Christ.
You and I have talked about this. You and I have talked
Bring
about
this
this.
guy on the show. Okay. All right.
Anyway, so these people like blow all these Oscar winners, but when it comes to just like putting on
I don't know, dude.
fun,
I don't know.
It can't be fun. It's got to be shit. Like so, Solo's got to be shit, or Scream has to be shit. Oh, Iron Man 17, it's got to be shit. Oh wow, this movie about a rock that's slowly eroding over time. Oh, it's high art. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
I can't stand those people.
I mean, what did you think, AJ? Like with the reviews, did you take them with a grain of salt? Like, did you kind of dig deeper into the content providers like I did, or?
See, I can't disagree with pretty much any of the points that the negative reviews had about the movie. The question is whether or not you care about those points or not. To Sean's point, like if this came out as a summer blockbuster, what they call a popcorn flick, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's entertaining. It looks good. It sounds good. It's fun to watch. End of story. That's fine. That is totally fine. There is a room for those kind. We just did Killer Clowns from Outer Space, for fuck's sake. Okay, so clearly there's room for schlock in our entertainment, and these people that are like, well, they didn't dive deep enough. It didn't ask the hard questions. It really didn't say anything. Like, yeah, it's a summer blockbuster movie. It's not supposed to say anything. It's supposed to look cool and sound cool, give you 2 hours of entertainment, and then you walk out of there going, wow, wasn't that cool? Yeah, great, mission accomplished.
Yeah, I get it. I'm a Tron guy, and we'll get to the rest of the outline here in a minute. I get it. I'm a Tron guy, so it's like I'm predisposed to enjoying it. But I do agree with Sean because I think, especially with the visuals and stuff, which is something else we'll get to down the road. But especially with the visuals and it's a popcorn flick in a way. Like I completely agree with Sean. Like you're there to be entertained. This is not like Oscar worthy or, whatever. This is not meant to be Citizen Kane. This is like, hey man, look at these awesome visuals with this awesome soundtrack and, something that's completely unique to movies. Like there's nothing else like Tron. Really. And so I don't understand these reviewers, and especially when I go on their pages and look at other reviews they've written and everything's just negative. It sucks because it seems like clickbait, and it seems like people are getting sucked in by that because people will not just go see a movie, even if all the reviews are crap, and just make up their own minds. So, but that being said, let's get into the first of my outline points, which is actually the second, since we already did the reviews part of it. All right, the story. Let's talk a little bit about the story, which was, again, with the reviewers. They said, "Oh, there's no story there." Fuck you. Yes, there is. There's two stories. This is my take. There's two stories depending on how you want to look at it. You can look at it straight, and just straight ahead as an action flick. It's they're trying to get the permanence code. Okay, it's the good guys versus the bad guys, and let's get the permanence code. Whatever.
The thumb drive is the MacGuffin.
Exactly. The plot device. Like
exactly.
Or you can look at the deeper side of it, and there is the whole AI becoming self-aware discussion, which, and you can see it both ways, both at once. However you want to look at it, there is a story. So I completely disagree with the reviewers who say that. Well, there's no story. Yeah, there is. They're not just running around like fighting on light cycles. It's not like the video game where you just get to choose a different game and then just like if you die, like, oh, movie's over. Like, no, what the fuck are you? Again, I'm just gonna bash on the reviews the whole show. I'm just warning everybody.
Let's do that.
I hate them,
dude. Do it.
I hate. Oh my god.
Call them out by name. Call them out by name. Tell their mother. Tell them that their parents are shit for raising them. Come on, do it.
I would do that, but I won't. I don't remember the names, and I wouldn't give them the time of day because they suck.
Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I thought it was cool.
Did you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The AI thing, it's timely. I guess you could say that it's, is everybody kind of trying to tap into that? Like, oh, AI self-awareness and stuff. The Matrix, Terminator did it, already and stuff. But it is timely, especially now. And they tied it into the Tron universe, which was cool. I think it made sense. And as a straight up story, good guys versus bad guys, it was cool. It made sense to me. Like, yeah, they're trying to bring stuff into the real world, and okay. And one of the things that I saw that several reviewers said, well, this is so stupid. Oh, it only lasts 29 minutes. That's so dumb. Okay, well, but the problem is you have to have that, because if you don't have that, then all you have is them bringing stuff in from the grid, and they just eradicate everyone. There's nothing there to prevent them. It's basically there to say, like, humans can't really destroy these on their own very well. So let's put something there that kind of mitigates that. I thought it was very intelligently done. So I really dug it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool. And having seen those reviews, I was so excited for this movie. I was so excited. And I was nervous because I didn't want to go in with these sky high expectations, because that's when your balloon gets popped. And then thankfully these reviews kind of like brought me back down to earth a little bit. And then when I went in, I was like, okay, I'm back to, okay, please be good. And I loved it. And I thought the story was cool as shit. So thank you, reviewers, for, in that respect, that's the one good thing. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it from both angles. I thought it was interesting. It kept my interest. And by the way, everything I'm saying on this show, my wife agrees with, and we agree on a lot of things, but not usually 100%, especially in nerd stuff. Like she likes a lot of the same things I like, but she'll see it from different angles. No, she saw the same things that I said. She's like, I don't understand why they say there's no story. You told me that they said there's no story. There's like two stories going on. And she said the same thing I just said. And I'm like, yeah, what are they looking at? It's like they go in there just trying to hate it. But anyway, enough
Well,
of
that's
that.
you,
Yeah,
dude. You just nailed that. People are going
yeah.
into hate watch it. I'm sorry I introduced
Yeah. No.
interrupted you, AJ, but people are going in to hate it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I texted you, but we'll get to that eventually because AJ was about to
Yeah.
say something until I
Yeah.
so rudely interrupted him.
Yeah. So I love the story aspects of it, AJ. So what did you think story wise?
So I think there's a difference between plot and story.
Okay.
Plot is there are events happening, and story is their development throughout the runtime of the movie. And I feel like this is, being a popcorn flick, more plot than story, because I don't really feel like the characters started in, they were this character, and then throughout the events of the movie they grew to be a different character. They learned something, or they grew. It was like you could tell something was off about Ares from the beginning. He was different than the other programs, and then he just kept on being different from the other programs at the end. I guess the president of NCOM changed a little bit. I forget her name. I'm sorry.
Dillinger?
I got wrestling on the brain. I want to say Gail Kim.
NCOM. I'm sorry.
Kim.
No.
Kim. I almost said Kim.
I think it's the actress's name, actually, but still.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like I'm saying, like she is kind of forgettable. So I'm like, I didn't really care about the characters that much. I don't feel like, Jared Leto's character went on much of a journey, and that for him dominating all the marketing and everything, you expected to be like he's front and center, and it's all about like how he grows over the course of the movie, and he really doesn't. So I could see some of those complaints, but again, I think it all comes down to what were your expectations going in. I think a lot of people's negative reviews are based around what they would have wanted from another Tron movie instead of what they were given for another Tron movie.
So Kale McLeish says, I've probably had more mates say this sucks than it's good. Well,
then
Kale,
you need some new mates, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree with that. By the way, it's Eve Kim is the character.
Eve Kim,
for,
I was just
AJ. Yeah.
Okay.
And Tess was the other one, I think. All right. So Sean, story. What was your take on the story of this?
So I disagree with AJ to a degree. Like we do see Ares there's a completely different kind of Ares at the end of the movie than the beginning. And I'm not just talking about the hair not being greasy anymore, but it's
Nice.
true.
Do I have to update my cosplay here? Hold on a second.
But he's growing initially, and then he sees that Eve Kim is showing concern for his well-being when he starts to de-res in the real world, and it makes him grow a bit more. And it became that whole thing of like AI wanted to be more human. I've never gotten a meeting in my life. I don't know what the hell that was about. AI wanted to be more human. That I texted John. I was like, "Hey man, do programs dream of organic sheep?" Because it almost played into it. And like the more I've seen the movie, the less I get that vibe, to be honest. But Ares does grow throughout the movie. The thing is that nobody else does. It's just that Dillinger is over the top bad, but it's really fun to watch, over the top Dillinger evil. And he doesn't change at all, aside from mid-credit scene, which is still not changing. Eve Kim, she runs a lot, and she's willing to take the heat. She's willing to be like, oh, this giant recognizer is going to kill everybody just to get to me. Well, I'll just give them me, because the thing you said about expectations, like stop people. Let me get on my soapbox for a moment here, please. Expectations. I saw it happen with The Force Awakens, then I saw it happen even worse with The Last Jedi, because everybody builds up this idea of what should happen, what's going to happen in this next movie. Oh, I can't wait to watch this happen. And then what they have been telling themselves for months to years on end doesn't happen. It's the movie's fault and not their ego. So folks, stop at the expectations, pull your heads out of your asses, go and enjoy the film for what it is. I don't have expectations going into movies anymore. I go, oh, a Tron movie's coming out? Well, I'm definitely going to see that. Oh, a Star Wars movie is coming out? I'm definitely going to go see that. And that's really the bottom line. I try not to watch trailers. I don't read or look at a single review until after I've watched the movie, because at the end of the day, we're going to die. Like in 50, 60 years from now, we're all going to be dead. And it's not going to matter whether or not we like Tron Ares. Okay. So it also doesn't matter that somebody else didn't like what we liked or we didn't like what somebody else liked. Nobody's wrong. Everybody's got an opinion, but stop with the expectations. Just go in, enjoy something for what it is, or hate something for what it is, not what you wanted it to be. I'm sorry that Luke didn't fight a bunch of stormtroopers in episode 8. Too bad. Get over it. Grow up. But yeah, Tron Ares does have I'm with you on that as well, AJ. Like, it is more plot driven than story driven, but it's also just, it's an action flick.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But by the way, that is the first ever in almost 10 years of doing the show. That is the first ever Philip K. Dick reference we've ever had. So nice work on that. Yeah,
Fast enough to join. Good job.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. Plot and story to me are pretty much interchangeable.
Then go back to school.
So, well, I mean, this guy. I mean, I get what you're saying, AJ, but I don't know. I mean,
bad people want to do this. Good people need to stop bad people from doing this. That's
yeah. I
There
mean,
you go.
I don't know. Honestly, this one kind of, especially because of the post-credit scene and the end of the movie. Like, I think this one is there to kind of beef up, no pun intended, the legacy, the overall story of Tron, because it's very clear that they left open a fourth one. You know, which, and I think that's awesome. I like what they did because it's kind of like, you know, a lot of the complaints were, well, there's not enough legacy in this. You know, it's all, I mean, you know, that's the other thing about the story that I really loved. Well, but the thing that I loved is that it leaned on the first one, which was completely unexpected for me. That's one of the main reasons, why I really liked it. Because, you know, Legacy didn't really talk about the original either. It was kind of its own thing. It was okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, but the connective tissue was right there, man. It was right there.
It is.
The whole MacGuffin of this entire movie is the permanence code. We can print shit from the grid, no problem, but it lasts 29 minutes. I mean, except for Cora, you know, that program that came out at the end of the last movie.
But that program came out of a different grid. That came out of Flynn's grid.
It came out of Flynn's grid.
The point
It's a different grid.
you want to introduce this thing that says, look, we can't figure out how to get shit from the grid to last more than 29 minutes. Well, we've got one of those who did it from the last movie, but we're not going to mention her at all.
She's off
until
the
end.
They can't find her.
Just set it up right at the beginning and be like, look,
it's mentioned in the beginning.
We got to find Cora. Cora works, and we can't figure this out. Let's go find Cora.
But they mentioned in the beginning of the movie.
You don't ever have to show Cora. You can just say
that,
like, look, we acknowledge that she's here in this world, and we got to go find her because she knows something we don't.
Sam hid
something about her.
Sam had her hidden the whole time, dude. That's so.
Yeah, but
Sam. It even said in the beginning that Sam left NCOM for personal reasons, or I forgot what the exact phrase was.
Yeah, it was a lame write-off.
But there's no mention of Cora. I mean, I get it. It's not like the strongest write-off, but you know, there's a lot of people are going like
7. That's Cora in Tron Ares.
No, because at least Luke Skywalker showed up in person, not just a picture.
But that's my point, though. Is like, shit goes down in episode 7. They're like, we got to find Luke. The entire point of what they're looking for in this movie is something that Cora already possesses.
Yeah.
Go look for Cora.
Yeah.
You don't have to change anything else about the movie except for now it's a hunt for Cora instead of who's got the thumb drive.
You make
remember how Sean
really
said,
solid point.
All it would have taken. That's all it would have taken to connect all 3 movies instead of just brush the last one aside and go back 42 years and expect people to have member berries for it.
Remember how Sean said you're supposed to go into the movie and just enjoy it? Well, now you did that dickhead move of, well, this sucks because they could have done that. Why am I going to poke at it? It's fine.
I didn't hear him say it sucks.
No, he's being an ass. He does this all the time.
No, it's the 3rd movie in a franchise, dude. You can't just like.
This is my show now. Fuck those guys. This movie is awesome. I love it. And we're just going to talk about how great it is because I'm tired of listening to people crap on it. And I'm tired of negative reviews. And this is my show, damn it. I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge now. All right, I had to get that off my chest. Okay, I'm done.
No, that-
Okay, I'm finished.
That's the thing.
What
It's
is
the
it?
third movie in a franchise. Why you just simply just ignore the second one as much as you can and go back to the one from 42 years prior? It's
Well, I have an answer for that. I mean, by the way, Nick Hall says, so essentially this movie stole the Force Awakens plot point of finding Luke. No,
No.
Nick, that's what AJ's saying they should have done.
Mhm.
But they did not. So
Well, one of these movies made 100 million, one of them made 1,000 million. So
Cam McLeish says this is the John Herder Council now. Yeah, I mean, all right. So Joseph Friend, by the way, says I like AJ's point because it's like the massive plot gap in Dark Knight Rises. You don't have to show the Joker, but not mentioning what he did that led to the death of a critical character matters. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, AJ,
I just
get
don't know
what you're-
why they ran so far and hard away from Tron Legacy. You can pay homage to the original all you want, and you're right. Tron Legacy doesn't really do much as a sequel. Like, obviously, it was set up by the original, but it doesn't really like pay it off, so to speak.
What are you talking about?
Like this one tries to. This one really tries
Oh.
to tie back to Tron more than Tron Legacy tried to tie back to Tron.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
But I don't get why they tried so hard to just ignore the second movie.
I didn't catch that, but I wasn't looking for it.
If you're
either.
going to get anybody who's nostalgic for the franchise, you got way more hope of capturing viewers who remember Legacy than people who remember Tron. Tron is a cult classic, but it's a 42-year-old movie.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, but
Especially when their market is they're not trying to hook people who saw Tron back in 82. They're trying to hook people who either never saw Tron or maybe they remember Legacy.
Yeah, but even when Eve Kim gets sucked into the grid, that's right in front of Sam's place. That's where Sam was staying when Alan came to find him, and so like that's the exact same spot, and also the Dumont. So there is stuff from Tron Legacy in it. Even when she breaks the thumb drive and throws it in, it's almost representing when Tron gives himself up and I fight for the users in Legacy. So there is stuff from Legacy in there. It's just more deeper cut stuff. Like it's not like the dialogue in this movie is very like, hey, remember when Kevin Flynn said this? I'm going to say it now. Hey, remember when Kevin Flynn said this? I'm going to say it now. It's not, and I'm not making fun of it, John. I'm just saying like there's a lot of dialogue that the first viewing of this movie, I was finishing the dialogue because I was like, oh, so we're doing that. But it was okay. Like it didn't ruin it. And the Legacy stuff is there, but it's hidden. It's deeper cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's what I was saying, AJ, is that I think this movie, I think it's setting up a fourth one. I think this is adding a layer to things, and they clearly at the end were bringing Legacy back into it. So it looks like if they're able to do another one of these, which they probably won't because people are pricks and won't go see it.
Hey man, stop that because Legacy was also a theatrical flop.
Well, I know, but are we going to wait?
And that's why it took 15 years to get another one.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
and it was bankrolled by Jared Leto. Thank you.
Yeah. This is basically a fan project.
Yeah, it really is.
It's
an expensive fan film. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, think about it. Like it goes back to the original Tron, which I think is important. Because like AJ, to your point, you're saying, well, people, it's 42 years old. People aren't going to hit the member. Well, then you need to have that reference in there so people get it. And then this movie basically, as you said, kind of skips over Legacy, but at the end it brings it back in. So
and they have this celebration every 42 years.
42.
I think that here's the hard part about the Tron franchise in general.
Well, hold on 1 second. Let me finish. Let me make my point.
Okay.
Can I finish?
Okay,
I feel like you're talking a lot, but sure, keep going.
Anyways, no, well, I was just about at the end, but no, I mean, I really think that this one, you could tell at the end, it's like now we're bringing Legacy back in, so this one is there to tie everything together to what's coming next. You know what I mean? Like it shows Korra, and he specifically says, like, I feel like there's other people out there who have the same questions I do, and it shows him holding a picture of Korra. Like, so they're doing that. So I think this one was always intended as a setup for the next one all along to really bring this stuff together. So I understand what you're saying, but I think when you look at it through that lens, I think that it does involve legacy, and it's just, hey, like, to be continued kind of a thing. So
See, it's tough because especially in today's climate, a sequel is not guaranteed. We've seen it with TV shows where they set up a cliffhanger at the end of a season. Oh, but you only got one season, so I guess that's never getting resolved. Even in this franchise, Tron Uprising, great animated show, came out 2 years after Tron Legacy, set up a massive cliffhanger at the end of episode 19 of season 1, which why they run 19 episodes in the season, don't ask me. But they set up a cliffhanger because they're like, we'll pay it off in season 2, except you didn't get a season 2. And like you said, I do not expect a Tron 4.
I do. And I understand
I'll be an AARP card carrier first. I mean, it took how many years? 23 or something like that between the first and the second one, and 15. So it is getting faster. It might only take like 9 or 10 years this time.
28 years.
28.
Yeah.
28. Yeah.
I mean, AJ, you're not wrong there, but I would rather them set it up, rather than have it like a solid ending and then go, okay, we're going to make a Tron 4. Like, it's better to leave it open. And I think they did a great job. Like, it can either end here and you're cool, or you've got plenty of stuff of, meat on the bone to have this continue. And anymore, honestly, like, if let's say it does kind of, get into the whole cult classic status, like, Sean, I mean, you made a great point, like Legacy, and AJ, you mentioned it too, was not great at the box office. But now if you ask Tron fans and even people that came into it late, they're like, dude, that movie kicks ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this could be a case where maybe they decide, well, there's enough interest there. Maybe we don't do it theatrically. Maybe it's a show. Maybe Tron 4 is like an episodic thing, like, like they did with Kenobi.
I was thinking about that. Like, Tron is the one show where people are shitting on the volume these days. Like, oh my God, it's a cost cutting measure, and yeah, it looks okay, but you can totally see it. And like, if you're going to have something look a little artificial and a little digital, Tron is perfect.
Yeah,
set it in the grid and be like, yeah, we're doing it all on the volume. It's going to be dirt cheap because it's all just Unreal Engine nonsense, no practical sets required, and let's go with this.
Yeah,
I'd be a-okay with an all volume Lucasfilm production of, I know it's not Lucasfilm, but whatever, Disney production of a Tron series. I think that would be great.
No, I agree, man. I agree. All right, so let's move on in my little outline here. So one of the things that has been, I can't say controversial, but people have either said, yeah, that's cool and timely, which I kind of side with, or it's tired and overdone. Why the hell did you do it? What did you guys think of the AI plot line? I had no problem with it. I thought, I mean, is it kind of, I guess a little obvious, to do the whole AI getting
that makes
self-aware
perfect
thing,
sense.
But I don't think there was much of one.
Well, it was definitely, he was a program, and then he became self-aware, and like he says, I am, what was it, something, and I am powerful or something.
That was the quote from Frankenstein.
Yeah, what was the full, I forget the full quote, but yeah. And
hasn't that been baked into Tron from the start, though? In fact, there was a line in the original Tron that said, eventually computers are going to be more human than us, and they won't need us anymore or something.
Oh yeah, well, not Dumont, but Bernard Lee.
It is Dumont. It is Dumont.
No, it's not. It's not Dumont that says it, because
computers will do all the thinking and humans won't.
Yeah, it's Dumont's human. I can't remember his name now.
His name is Dumont, I thought.
No. Dumont is his program in the grid that connects the users to the programs.
But yeah, he said that basically the exact problem with the AI apocalypse is the more thinking that we leave to the computers, the less humans are going to think. And that's exactly what's already been proven true in the real world. So, yeah, I mean, I guess there's an AI subplot, but it's been baked into Tron from the start. So that's why I don't really give this movie credit for it.
Dr. Walter Gibbs.
Okay, yeah.
Walter Gibbs, yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
I guess so,
Walter.
AJ. But I mean, were you okay with that being a part of this? I mean, because I mean, was it too obvious? Like, I
They
mean,
didn't really call attention to it to me.
how okay.
It doesn't slap you over the head with it.
Yes,
Well, like I said,
you know,
Ares is behaving like every other program that we've seen in Tron previously. So that's why I don't get why that's a real sticking point for this movie in particular.
no, he's not. You know what? I just figured something out. One of these
Here we
negative
go.
one of these negative review channels is your ass. You're AIing shit, and it's you shitting on this stuff and shitting on other things.
Okay,
I
so
thought
tell
you
me
liked
where
this
I'm wrong.
movie.
Explain the counterpoint.
Because you're wrong. I mean, dude, every other program in Tron sticks to its directive.
That's not
Like,
true.
Yes, it is.
Tron didn't stick to his directive in the first
The hell
one.
he changed it. Tron's directive was to fight for the users. He fought for the users the whole damn time.
Oh, and actually, Rinsler changed who he was
At
and
the
realized
very,
he was
very
Tron,
end.
But he
That
still,
was the
but he
one
still changed
example.
who he was.
And it's
He
in
still
like
changed
5
who he
minutes
was.
of the movie.
Clue,
Everybody else.
Clue gets pissed off and becomes like a petulant little child, going, "He's not coming back and hanging out with us. I got to keep him here." Clue changes.
No, he doesn't.
Hell, Ram
He
in the
followed-
first one.
Ram
For the
totally
love of
changes.
God.
Yeah.
No, he does not. What?
You know who
fuckers
changes a
even
lot?
Watching the movies.
Do you know who changes? Bit. It does change. Every now, most of the time he says yes, but every now and then he says no.
Nailed it.
Yes.
You assholes don't even watch the movie.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No,
They don't change their directives.
I'm
What the
giving
hell are
you examples
watching?
of their directives changing. They're choosing that.
No, they don't.
On their own.
When you first meet programs in Tron, it's like, I'm an actuarial program. Well, why are you fighting in the disc games? Because I was made to. I don't want to, but that's them changing their directive right there. They're fighting.
Well,
they're fighting in
that's
disc
the
games when they're
MCP
supposed to be
changing
doing
their directive.
spreadsheets.
Yeah.
They were forced to. He didn't change his damn directive. He was forced to. He was a good guy. He didn't change. And the Rinsler thing is the only one I'll give you.
Well, what about Bit?
What about
Bit says yes. Bit says yes constantly, and every now and then, no. And then runs away when the recognizer gets destroyed. He's like, no. And then we don't see him anymore until this new movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit. That's all.
Ares changes, but that's the point of this movie. But so does Athena. Wait, is that her name? Yeah. So
no, she doesn't. She follows her damn directive.
She follows her directive to the T, but at the end she's curious about the water. Why is this water? So he mentioned the rain earlier. Why is this water? Why does this feel like this? So she never changes for her directive, but at the end she is sad that she's pissed, leaving the grid of life.
That's not changing her directive.
Yes.
She died following her directive. She killed Julian's mom following the directive. And your thing about Clue, he fucked everything by following the directive. Am I still to create the perfect system? And that's how the whole thing happened.
Yeah.
What are you guys watching?
But all right. What about the other guy? What about Clue's?
Fucking doing this?
What about Clue's guy? Clue's right-hand guy.
Rinsler.
No, not Rinsler. No. The kiss ass dude.
Oh yeah,
that guy. All of a sudden, Sam kicks everybody's ass in the room. He's like, "Oh, power to the users," and starts kissing Sam's ass. So, I mean, I guess his program is to save your life at all costs.
Yeah.
Kiss Clue's ass, and be a sycophant. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. You guys are fucking clueless. I'm just gonna say it.
Well,
I don't know what the hell you guys.
No, this movie was clueless because he wasn't in it.
Got to it before I could.
Good. No, that's good. That's damn good, both of you guys. See,
I am incorrect about Clue, and I agree with that.
Yeah, just Gus Metal Joe says it. Says JT is right about Clue. Also remember that Clue had to create the perfect system, which involved corrupting other programs like Tron. Yeah, see, I don't know how you guys aren't seeing that. No. I just said Ares goes from bad guy to good guy, which is why I'll give you the Rinsler back to Tron thing. That one is obvious.
But when is Ares really a bad guy in this movie, though? And that's the thing. It tries to tell us in the beginning that he's a bad guy, and yes, he's red. So us as Tron fans are like, "Oh, red, bad guy. We know this." But
he's hunting down Eve Kim.
I understand that, but he's never really bad. He's just Oh, here's my
following his directive.
Yeah, I do that. That
And then he
light cycle
stops following
chase
his
through the
directive?
city was so beautiful.
Well, and
So
that's another
beautiful,
thing we're
man.
going to get
Yeah.
to. But yeah, I don't understand how you guys are looking at it that way. Like, all kidding aside, like, I mean, the bad guys stay bad, the good guys stay good. I mean,
Yeah,
it's, you know,
yeah.
they have a purpose and they stick to it.
Except
Again,
for
Rinsler goes back. That's it. Yeah, Rinsler's the only one. So that's
And
what I'm
the bit.
saying. Like,
I'm still saying bit, man.
but that's what. But in a computer, in computer language, that's what a bit does. It answers yes or no questions. So that's
Oh,
all.
I'm sorry. When was the last time you were in the grid, man?
It's look, I'm an idiot with technology, but I do at least know that what a bit is. So it was doing what it's supposed to do.
Isn't a bit like what a comedian does? Like his story is called a bit.
No, it's the thing that a horse bites down on when it's drawing a carrot.
Right, that's right. That's right. Oh, it's the drill thing. It's the thing you choose the size, the drill bit. Gotcha. That's not in a computer. If I put that on a computer, it's not going to work anymore.
Yes.
No.
It's your ex-girlfriend if you're in a PG-13 production.
I don't get it, but okay.
There's 2 bits.
She's such a bit.
Oh.
And there's 2 bits at the end of it, if you look at it that way. All right, so I guess you guys.
That's after a shave and a haircut.
It's 2 things after a shave and a haircut.
I've got Roger Rabbit in my head singing it too.
Right.
Oh my god. Yeah. 2 bits. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Nick Hall nailed it. He goes, it's a small amount of something. There we go.
That's very true.
Oh my
Just
god.
a little.
Oh, that's awesome. All right,
yes.
so all right, so I guess we can move past that because you guys didn't really.
Because you're wrong, and that's fine. That's right.
All right. Well.
Okay.
All right. Then,
I have an honest question about this exact point, though.
Okay.
They never really addressed how or why Ares was different in the first place. The movie just kind of kicks off, and he's already like considering his orders. You know, he's more thoughtful instead of just going like, "Yep, got it." Like, why did he want to be permanent in the real world instead of just like living in the grid? Did I just miss that plot point, or did they just never bring it up?
No,
and I'm not being cynical. I mean, like, honestly, did I miss something?
They touched on it, but just not enough. Like but it is touched on. But I mean, he's a learning program, so he needs to understand everything and why it's happening.
Well, and remember when he was de-rezzing, like at the end of the pier, at the end of the light cycle chase, which good call, Sean. You know, she says, "You're a program," and you see his his HUD, and it says like empathetic response.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's where he that's where he's kind of like, oh wait, what that, like it's him learning emotion. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't mind the AI plot line, because it's like, it is kind of, a program going outside of its parameters, which we haven't seen outside of Rinsler kind of going back. And even, but to me, the Rinsler thing was like, okay, he was Tron first. So that one you kind of expect. So,
but also keep in mind too, that he's also a master control program, according to Dillinger. So
that's
the original Master Control program.
I get so confused when I think about that.
So the MCP was originally a chess program that just became self-aware and self-learning and went to learn everything, like hacking the Kremlin and all that kind of shit.
Programs don't grow beyond their directives, Sean.
Oh, that's right. So the MCP actually does change immediately from a chess program. Oh, dude, John. Yeah. So it's not just Rinsler. It's the MC. It's the big bad of the first movie.
Yeah.
Also,
it's only in the first movie, the whole franchise.
Yeah. So, but the MCP does that because it's a learning program too. So it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and you see where that's going. So Ares is essentially another MCP who's going to keep just getting as much information as possible.
Okay. All right.
So that's why he's inquisitive, and that's why so it's mentioned in the beginning, like, oh yeah, so he's this and he's a killing machine and all that stuff, but it's not touched on long enough for it to sink in once we start to see him grow and become inquisitive.
I think the real B plot of this movie is not AI. The real B plot of this movie is 3D printing. Because I have been watching a YouTube series of a guy trying to print a human-sized Lego set for about 5 months now, and he's only like halfway through, because that's how long it takes to make 20 size scale. There you go.
The Bon Jovi.
But if you
guy
want to
shows
print
up.
Lego at 20 times its normal size with a 3D printer, it takes a literal phalanx of 3D printers months to accomplish the task. And yet, this movie's like printing people in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but Dillinger's a
that's
billionaire.
that's my B plot right there.
No, he's a
Fuck the
billionaire.
AI
He's got the
revolution.
money.
If you can print shit that fast,
Yeah.
there you go.
No, let's see, he's got money. And with money, you can do anything you want to, especially when you're a billionaire. That's why Dillinger can do it. And this guy is probably still waiting for the head of Lego Man, like, to print.
All right. So
Kale,
what we're saying is,
this is what happens when you tune into a review of a movie you haven't seen.
yes,
And then
That's all
Dream
right,
Theater
Kale.
showed up and played a song halfway in the movie. It was great.
that's very true. All right. So we're in disagreement about the AI plot line.
No, we're not.
Let's move on to the next item on my outline here, which AJ kind of touched on, characters. I don't have a lot to say about it because in a movie like this, I don't give a shit about the characters. It's a cool story. There's cool shit going on. I'm not looking to get emotionally invested. One of the major complaints was the whole part about, Eve and Tess and how Tess passed away, and they basically just kind of glossed over the fact that, they're sisters and the one sister died, and but I thought it was fine. I mean, it's and I think the reason is because whatever they ever do in Tron, nothing is ever going to top Flynn as a character, and nothing is ever going to top the father-son story and legacy. There is such an emotional aspect to that, and they're never going to top that. If they do, it'll be unbelievably great, because I don't know how they can.
Well, you got to keep in mind that Cora is also Flynn, because she's got Flynn's disc, not her disc, when she leaves the grid.
Yeah, well, no, 100%. Which just lends.
So I
itself
hope
more
Sam
to-
and Cora are not hooking up, because that's creepy.
Well, we haven't seen that yet. Well, no, kind of,
isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought the characters are fine. I can kind of understand where people were like, yeah, Eve Kim is just kind of there. And Julian Dillinger is kind of like just the stock bad guy, but I didn't mind it at all. It was like, okay, that's cool. It's like, I'm here for things other than character development. To me, that's not what Tron is about. To me, Tron is about the technology and the visual. Yeah. And the thing of it is, like, the characters didn't take away from it for me. I mean, they were interesting, and
basically you're saying the characters didn't get in the way. That's what you.
Well,
it's
yeah,
a positive review of the characters.
Well, yeah, because I'm not there for that.
They moved at the speed of plot.
Look, I can. That's a very good way to phrase it. I mean, look, dude, it's the reason why I won't go to see Metallica, because the drumming gets in the way. I go to Metallica to hear my favorite songs, but the drums get in the way, so I won't go. If the drums weren't getting in the way, I would go. So, like Tron, I'm there to see my favorite movie stuff, and the characters aren't pissing me off to where I want to walk out of the theater. It's like, okay, cool, that works for me, So I thought it was fine. I didn't have a problem with any of them. I thought the Eve Kim thing was kind of cool, how like she brings back space paranoids, and her sister was, they're kind of like two peas in a pod, is like kind of like me and you, AJ. I hope you don't die of cancer as a younger sibling.
Jesus Christ,
but,
dude.
Well, I mean, come on. He doesn't like Tron Ares. I can at least make a joke.
Wow, you don't like this movie, so I hope you don't get cancer.
AJ's pulling a JT. There we go. And yeah, I mean, I thought Eve was fine. I thought she had a noble purpose. I thought that she was interesting enough. The Ares character was cool to me. It was the whole self-awareness thing. I thought that was great. Julian Dillinger being a bad guy and everything. It was fun, and the characters were part of the fun. I mean, were they stand out over the top? No, but let's be honest. Every single Tron fan that walked into that movie was waiting to see Kevin Flynn. So, I mean, are you really focused on those characters, or are you just counting the minutes until you see, Kevin Flynn? So that I think, at least to me, that played a part. So I didn't mind the characters. What Well, AJ, I know you're not an Eve Kim fan, so delve a little bit into that.
Well, again, I hate to be one of those people that is bitching about what didn't show up in the movie, but you took pains you spent so much time trying to get the audience to care about these new characters when you had characters from previous movies that you could have just continued on with and got on with the story. I feel like a lot of time was spent making people try to care about new characters when, like you said, people were counting the minutes till they could see Kevin Flynn. Okay. What if we want to see Sam and Cora? They already
Then you
had
went to the
characters
wrong
people
movie.
cared about.
Eh.
Like if you're gonna say, hey, it was a great payoff to see Kevin Flynn, well, then you can't also say it was also great to have to learn about new characters and give a shit about them immediately. Like, how can you care about the legacy characters and then also say, but I really liked having new characters that meant nothing prior to this movie? It's a little bit weird to me that way. Also, my problem was I just didn't really care about Eve Kim. That whole thing was Tron. The Tron piece was interesting to me. Sorry, I keep calling him Tron. He's not Tron. Tron's not even in the movie. But Ares. Ares was interesting because it's a new program and we don't know anything about him, but he's from the grid, which makes him interesting in a Tron movie. Real people in a Tron movie are generally not that interesting. They're not the point. The point is programs and the digital world. So I liked all the digital stuff. I liked Athena. I gave zero shits about the real world characters that were introduced.
Okay.
You had the practically like mustache twirling villain, and then you had the completely bland, uninteresting heroine in Eve Kim.
I didn't see any heroin. I didn't see any drugs at all. Too easy, low hanging fruit, like an orange, maybe.
3D printing an orange is pretty cool.
I mean, AJ's not wrong to a point. I mean, here's the thing though, like I'm not going to get mad at what the movie didn't have that I would have wanted it to have. Like, yeah, I want more legacy characters, but they weren't there. So I'm not mad at it. Like the story didn't call for them this time around. So that's fine. I'm more concerned with what the story calls for than what I prefer. The characters were okay. I mean, Scully was hardly used. And I thought that was, no, she was hardly used, but she also makes that point that like, you know, she's the disappoint, like, you know, this guy's taking, you think about it too, is that if she's Dillinger's daughter, that means Cillian Murphy's her brother.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. I'd like to see him come back. But she's playing the role of like, look, you know, this company has taken things too far, and like you're being a dick, and like she's almost pushing him to villainhood. I mean, the other characters, it's not that they were interesting or not interesting. They were there. They moved the story along. You only get so many Kevin Flynns in a Tron series, and a lot to the people that are going,
by my count.
Kevin Flynn seems so much more focused this time around. It's like he learned from the last movie. Kevin Flynn's dead. This is a program, okay? Kevin Flynn didn't learn anything because he's dead. And dead people give less of a shit about learning.
Yeah. Speaking of things that I need explained, can someone explain the Kevin Flynn in this movie? Because
so
his line about why he's there, I'm like, I don't get it.
I think I figured it out. Well, no. Okay, this is how I looked at it, Sean. I thought I thought one of you guys would know this because I was kind of wondering, but my interpretation of it is he said, I'm a reflection of your presence here, meaning that Ares wouldn't exist without Kevin Flynn's programming.
No, as in Ares awakened his program. So Ares showed up, so now it awakens the program. That's all that was. He's like, so I'm here because you showed up. So now I have to be here. But that's just like, that's his old grid. That's the old grid. That's like the phone that our phone.
But he said it's a reflection.
Okay.
I think that means if his reflection. Yeah, no, he said I'm here because I'm a reflection of your presence here.
Well, yeah, no, as in like because you showed up, I'm here. That's
Well, yeah,
that's all
because
that.
he's Flynn's
But it's-
creation.
He's not Flynn's creation. He's Dillinger's creation. Dillinger's grid is Dillinger's grid. Kevin Flynn has died. Kevin Flynn died destroying his grid before Dillinger's grid. No, you're looking too deep into this, bro.
Well, no,
I'm telling you, it's not that. It's
But
not.
Flynn created the grid. Period. Period. It's
I understand that.
Any
But
grid
Kevin
exists because
Flynn-
of Flynn.
Kevin Flynn died in 2010 when he saved his kid. Okay.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. He's gone.
He merged with Clue.
Correct. Which means Tron is also dead. So, anyway, yes, there was the paperclip in one scene too. By the way,
So he was the paperclip for Microsoft Word.
that's what happens. No, but
Damn it.
he's
Without
not
even knowing it, Nick, you just referenced the new Naked Gun movie.
Oh,
We
that's
didn't
what
review that, AJ.
I knew I saw that. I knew I saw that in something. By the way, that's a very, very funny movie. It didn't try
Thank you.
It didn't try to change the brand. It was like, we're going to do exactly what a Naked Gun movie would do, and it did it well. Anyway, so no. It's just, I think you're looking too deep into some of the language that was used.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong here, and I'm not shitting on your movie, dude, but some of the writing isn't very strong in this. So I could see where it would mislead you. But no, it's an old program on an old computer that would have no way of creating Ares.
The only
So-
reason I would
Do you
the only reason I'm not buying is because he does use the word reflection.
That's okay. Once
So-
again, like I said, some of the writing in this movie isn't very strong.
AJ, so do
Okay,
you
so
think?
I'm going to break your outline for a second because I have a general question about the franchise. Do you feel like this has kind of the Star Trek problem of having locked itself into a retro future? Like
No.
when Tron was released in '82, no one really knew what a computer was or what they would become, and it cast this
Oh,
like,
that's a
hey,
good
what if kind of scenario, right? And the internet didn't exist, all this stuff. The way computers have evolved over time has so far outpaced and gone afield of what was imagined in the Tronverse in '82. It's kind of hard now to reconcile real life with what goes on in the Tron world. The same way like Star Trek is like, oh my God, we've got all this fantastical technology. We can't, it's going to take us 300 years to get to a computer that can talk to us and do all these things. And like, oh shit, I've got
Computer.
there you go.
But what I'm saying is, man, no. But like the thing about the Tron movies, though, is that it acknowledges that technology has also advanced. So technology in the 2010 movie, it also acknowledges the year that it's in. So it doesn't trap itself in that time period. The grid that
the notion of a grid in general, though, still implies a closed system and
well,
never references the internet.
well, so it's an Ethernet. Well, I mean, there's still the internet when they get hacked, or there's the internet that goes down. Well, actually, yeah. So he hacked an Ethernet, not an internet. But people are still using their phones and doing their Snapchats or whatever their TikToks and their MySpaces and Friendsters. They were all there. But
Personally, okay, here's my hot take. I'm gonna wreck the whole show here, John. Wreck-It Ralph did it better.
be my friend.
You.
Be my friend.
Dude, Wreck-It Ralph acknowledged the internet. It was a bunch of programs living their lives inside of machines, just like Tron, but it was a much more one-to-one with the reality of the internet than the grid is in Tron.
Because the grid is an Ethernet.
It's not about the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a closed system. That's my point. So they're talking about this. Oh my God, it's such a threat. These things can come into the real world. Well, just unplug the fucking server then. If it was the internet,
Well, that's
you
why they
couldn't do
destroyed
that.
the server so they couldn't come back.
Yeah.
That's the thing I got from watching this, and then I did rewatch Tron and Tron Legacy in prep for the show. I'm like, everybody's so worried about what's going on in the system. Just unplug the fucking thing. Why the hell is Kevin Flynn's original server still online from 1982 here in 2025? If it's that big of a problem, just pull the plug.
The plot demanded it happened. That's why it happened, man.
Like it was sitting there in a museum of sorts in this movie. They kept it plugged in the whole time.
See, the thing that like confused me the most is like, wait, so Kevin Flynn's been dead since 2010, yet this building has not been like taken over by somebody else.
So, like you're saying, some of the writing is very paper thin.
yeah,
I'm
which
moving
is, but
on.
it's fine. It's
Moving
fine.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
That's what I'm saying about the franchise
They-
problem of it's based around a future technology that is no longer the future, and what they predicted is not the way things exist now.
They can't all be Rise of Skywalker. They have to be good sometimes, okay?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to put Rise of Skywalker up here and Tron. No, never mind.
No. You got a better chance of seeing God right now, my friend.
Discuss Metal Joe. Was it like a George Costanza moment where they had to hook it up to batteries and move it from point A to point B?
By the way, don't talk Rise of Skywalker just yet, because we got a little like bonus content after our Tron Aries talk today. So
Okay. Is
yeah,
it about Rise of Skywalker?
I'm not doing that shit. You've already pissed me off too fucking much. As soon as we're done, I'm out of here.
And you know, people are going to say that Rise of Skywalker is.
All right, so I've got
a movie.
I've got a bunch of notes that we'll get to after this. But yeah, I've got two more things on my outline. One is probably a more serious one, but the other one is just like a let's throw a party. All right. So the first is visuals and soundtrack. Are we in agreement that they are both absolutely fucking awesome?
When
Or,
they
I don't
are.
know. Did you say when they are?
When they are awesome, they're awesome. Now, the soundtrack is 100% awesome. It's great. The visuals, you can tell the budget. So anything that takes place in the grid, gorgeous, beautiful, perfection. That light cycle chase when they're trying to get Eve Kim, absolutely beautiful. But some of the location spots, when they're just in the real world, you can tell that they were operating on like a shoestring budget. So when she drives him out of Dillinger's place, like it doesn't look good. Like the real world, some of the stuff in the real world didn't look good, but for the most part, beautiful looking movie, but you could tell where the budget didn't work.
I am loving this because Sean, you were brought on because John's like, he fucking loves this, and I just want the positivity for this movie. But you're talking more shit about this movie than I am. It's incredible.
I'm
I love
just saying that not every frame of this movie is perfect. Every frame in the grid is gorgeous. It's beautiful. The soundtrack is perfect. But there are some scenes where I'm just like, yeah, there's some cinematography issues here, because like even just driving through the gate to get onto the street, like that looks low budget for a Friday the 13th movie. Like there were just little shots here. Dude, give me the finger all you want. Just because you love a movie doesn't mean you can't point out its flaws, my friend.
This might be the benefit of having not seen it 3 times, because I don't remember any part of the movie not looking good.
I'm going to go see it again as much as I can in IMAX 3D, because this is a fun movie to watch. It's a great movie to see. John, did you see it in 3D yet in IMAX?
I still got to do that. Have
I
you
did.
seen that,
I'm
John?
not talking to you guys.
Okay, so
So anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
So
quick
John's
sidebar then. Quick sidebar for the 2 gentlemen in the room who have seen it in IMAX 3D, because it was hyped as looking like phenomenal in 3D.
Dude, go do it. Just
is
do
it? Is it like required for the proper viewing experience?
I would say
I don't know,
so. Yeah.
I don't know about proper, but it's
the way to see that movie. Yeah. It's definitely a way to see it. I actually dread watching it on my TV, because it's John, you know what I mean too. Like you're gonna watch this on TV and be like, it just it doesn't do it for me. Like you can have the surround sound all you want, because that Nine Inch Nails score is phenomenal. It's my favorite Nine Inch Nails album since Pretty Hate Machine. But just everything about the IMAX experience in 3D for that movie, go see it again. Even like the bridge, like, when they're driving over the bridge and he's talking about the Depeche Mode, like it's not the greatest cinematography in the series, but it works great in 3D.
Dude, when the recognizer comes into the downtown area, the sound.
Dude, I mean, that's why it's in the trailer.
It's so beautiful.
It's the money shot.
And the sound, you're just like, oh my God, it feels like it's tearing down the theater behind me.
Definitely do it in IMAX 3D.
Yeah.
And like I said, and John, I'm sorry that you're like a little upset here that I'm talking shit about some budgetary issues with some of the cinematography, but some of the real world location spots just didn't look good for the rest of the movie. Like it didn't hold up. Like the deli that they stop at to go and steal a car and all that. Like it's just not great cinematography.
It was a gas station.
Or whatever, dude. Who gives a shit?
See, that's the problem. You thought it was a deli. It's a gas station.
Well, whose problem is that? Me or the filmmaker with the shitty location scouting?
You fucking drive a Schwinn or some shit. You
Matter
gotta
of
fucking
fact,
pump
I
up your
do.
tires. What do you live in the
I do.
1950s?
I do. Well, no, not the 50s. How about
Mr.
the 70s?
Sandman, bring me
Bring me a dream.
Make him the sweetest that I've ever
Dude,
seen.
I had the score on for Back to the Future 2 the other day, and it was the tunnel chase piece. And there's always this one section of the music in the tunnel chase sequence that I'm like, Papa loves Mambo, because I just know those movies like the back of my hand. But anyway, so dude, there are location. It's just the location scouting for the real world stuff. That like not everything looked great, but they were also on a very very tight budget for this one because Disney didn't want to take such a huge risk.
I think that's deliberate, though. I think that's deliberate. If you notice, the real world in these movies in general is always portrayed as kind of generic.
No, not at all. If you look at
It's
that
never
first
like
movie,
it's Chicago, it's New York, it's
no.
just,
But I'm just saying, like
they try. Look, the overhead shots of the recognizer, for example, in
Beautiful.
this movie, they just show like city blocks at a time to reinforce the metaphor that a city is its own like circuit board, and the streets are the circuits and all that kind of stuff.
No.
So I think
it's
it's deliberately generic in every real world
No,
visual
I think
to
you're
draw a parallel
misunderstanding me.
between the grid and the real
I'm
world.
talking about like the actual locations where they shot. Like I think you're misunderstanding because you look at the end of that first Tron movie when it when it fades to the credits and it just speeds up.
Yeah.
The city driving, that's so gorgeous. Like the real world looks great in the past two movies, and even like I said, the city shot, the light cycle chase was beautiful, but there were just some actual locations that they filmed in that just looked kind of dull. Is what I'm saying, like the gas station, deli, or even like just that dirt road to break through. Yeah, well, you know what? It was more of a bodega. You're right. That just happened to sell gas. But like I'm saying, it's just like the road they go onto in this dirt road with this gate. It just didn't make sense. And can I bring up a couple like tiny things I'm tired of in movies in general? When you're running down the street and something comes at you and you duck down, nobody's sliding on concrete. It looked like shit when John McClane did it in Die Hard 4. It looked like shit this time too when those laser things were chasing her. I'm tired of it. You're not sliding on concrete and not ripping your pants. Doesn't happen.
Yeah,
sorry.
ask any biker ever.
How in the hell did you come on in the first one to say, oh, you gotta just you're there just to have fun and watch a movie, and you're saying, oh, you can't slide on concrete, you're gonna rip your pants? What the fuck is that?
The physics of
no. This is my problem. It's just a thing that I noticed this other day watching. Like there are things that happen in movies that are done. It's kind of like in the awesome, like 5 movies had the "I thought you'd be taller" line, like it was brand new, like ha ha ha, it's funny every time. It's not. It's overdone. And this is the thing when you're running and you slide down a street. It doesn't. I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of the slow motion. I'm putting a leather jacket on. I don't care. I'm tired of the slow motion. I'm taking the cover off my car. I don't care. I didn't care. I didn't like it when Bond did it in Skyfall. I don't like it now. It's stupid.
Here comes Kale.
I'm gonna squash. Yeah, exactly. Don't talk shit about Bond.
Yeah.
You'll get the entire Southern Hemisphere pissed at you. Anyway,
I'm a huge Bond fan, but I don't need a slow motion. Kale and I have talked about Bond.
I'll squash the sliding on concrete. Yeah. I'll squash the sliding on concrete is one of those movie tropes. Just like
I'm tired of it. I'm done with it.
Once you unlock a door, what you do is you destroy the keypad mechanism,
right,
and it will spring open. And
unless you're in a horror movie,
you want to break.
Unless you're in a horror movie, because that top latch is always latched no matter what. And instead of trying to unlatch it, you pull on the door 50 times so the killer can get you. The killer who's walking, by by
Yeah, how do you blow up anything? You shoot the monitor, not the computer. The monitor.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, but I mean, it's a beautiful movie to look at, and you should go see it in IMAX 3D.
But I will agree that the nighttime shots look better, but I think that's just because, light cycles look cooler at night.
Well, yeah. But there were daytime shots in the other 2 movies that looked pretty. Actually, there were no daytime shots. Not true. Anyway, at the end of Legacy, it's a daytime shot. It's a sunrise.
That was the point of it. It was the one time you saw it. It was just like seeing the sunrise in Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah, 100%.
Which one was that?
Third
is
one.
that the one? Is that the one that starts off where they've got to go and save the hero from the gangster guy before they get on with the rest? Oh, that's Return of the Jedi. I'm sorry. It is Matrix Reloaded. It's the same plot. We've got to save the hero from the gangster guy. I like both movies, by the way. So, John, stop getting upset. A Change of Seasons sucks.
Oh, I love this. Chastity's joining in.
Here we go.
Here's another trope. How every car
There we go.
explodes if it rolls. Yep. Absolutely.
I just
that,
want
well,
Sean
that was
to know
last,
that
that was 2 weeks ago. That was Killer
That's-
Clowns. As soon as the
That's
car is
true.
on its roof, it's going to explode.
Yes. Sean, before I bring you back, I want you to know there is putting you back in the green room, but there's also a button called kick from studio, which means I completely eliminate you from the show. So you say something like that again. A Change of Seasons is awesome. You don't know that reference, AJ, but all right,
Consider this
back on track.
question.
Oh, I know the
Consider this
reference. I just
question.
don't agree with it.
Look deep inside. Deliver your own reflection. What are you willing to live for? Because, John, when your back's against the wall and your time's uncertain, consider this question. You know I love A Change of Seasons.
Why-
Goose
That is going to get you kicked. Don't ever do that again.
Which part?
The way I know what you just did, you bastard.
What did I do?
You know exactly what you did.
Look,
I'm
man,
not
we
mentioning
seek
it.
to
Wrong show. But I'm not
understand.
doing it. Kale knows what you did too.
We
See,
seek to
Kale
understand.
gets it. There.
We try with hand in hand. Look, man, to really feel the joy in life, you must suffer through the pain. Also,
Do I have to wonder where that came from?
All space whales deleted. End of line.
You can't say it's not end of line. It's all space wheels deleted. End of line. You
yeah,
gotta say
line
end
has
of
to
line,
go
but
down. Yeah.
that's how I know you haven't watched Tron as much
End
as
of
I.
line. Dude, you know, I had the story record for the first Tron for like a year before I even saw the movie. And the soundtrack, actually. This
Well, it
movie
had to
was
be
missing
awesome.
a Journey song, by the way. The
Yeah,
first
that's
movie's got
true.
2 Journey songs. The second one's got
Separate ways.
separate ways. And this one, like, it did make sense to have the Sabbath tune, though, with the video game release, though.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's talk
Yeah.
soundtrack for a second, because I did listen to both the Tron Legacy and Tron Ares soundtracks.
What about the
Um,
first one?
Did not.
If it wasn't for that first soundtrack, I probably would not have gotten as hardcore into Dream Theater, because the first time my brother played Metropolis
Interesting.
for me,
Boy,
that
if there's
middle
ever a reason to hate on the original Tron.
no, but that whoa,
God damn it.
holy shit, dude, that's harsh, man.
AJ is not the biggest.
There's a reason I've never made an
Dream Theater
appearance on that podcast.
All right, fair enough. But anyway, so like John, you'll understand that like that whole middle section of Metropolis. The first time I heard it, I was like, this sounds like the Tron score to me. And I'm a film score nerd, so like that's what got me into Dream Theater, was the fact that it sounded like Tron.
So
And
that's
see,
actually
like-
my point about the
Yeah.
soundtracks is like, you know, I remember like Tron Legacy being damn near a music video from start to finish.
Yeah,
And actually, if you just listen to the soundtrack itself, it's more of a soundscape than a soundtrack. Like a lot of those tunes go nowhere.
it's first of all, they're not called songs or tunes, but I'm sorry, it's the tism in me. I've got to point it out. But you're right. It's not that they go nowhere, but
Well, they're just their sound for underneath a scene. They're not songs in their own right where they
you
know,
can still
have-
listen to it on its own.
structure and
That
everything.
Legacy score actually gets played a lot in the Faust hold here.
Well, that's the funny thing is, like I said, I listened to it and I remember it having a lot more of like a tempo to it, like everything had a beat, and that's not the case. Like there's like 3 songs on there. There's End of Line, De-rezzed, and I'm forgetting the third one.
They're not called songs, but you're thinking of the one where Chorus saves him
Track?
and takes him to.
What are they called?
It's a piece. They're pieces. They're not called songs.
Okay.
It's okay. It's my thing as a musician since I was a kid. Like, not every piece of music's called a song. That's all. I'm sorry, I'm tizzing out.
Okay, no, that's a fair point, but yeah, it's interesting because like I think overall, I think Legacy still has the stronger soundtrack.
Oh,
but,
definitely. Yeah, without a doubt.
But Nine
Yeah.
Inch Nails was the absolute
Dude.
perfect. We talked about this outside the theater after the first viewing, actually. Nine Inch Nails, perfect choice for this one. Daft Punk, purely digital, and Tron Legacy existed almost entirely in the grid.
The other
that
piece
makes
you're
sense.
thinking of, I'm sorry to interrupt you, is Outlands.
Yes, thank you.
Because it's
Yes.
got the Batman thing in it.
Mhm.
Right.
But then Nine Inch Nails is a perfect blend of digital and let's call it analog
Yeah.
music. And for how much of this movie took place in the real world, I thought that was the perfect blend of going with digital sounds analog mix and perfect union.
And they also did a thing where the theme kind of plays off the end credits theme of Legacy. Is in there in this thing, but he also some of the score is that like old like late 60s, early 70s synth Moog stuff that Wendy Carlos did for the Clockwork Orange soundtrack, and you've got that sound and that kind of motif happening within the score as well. That what Trent and Atticus did for this score, like, of course they were the perfect guys to hire.
And a little meta. So I coach CrossFit, and in advance of this movie, because I remember the Tron having awesome soundtracks, I put on the single. What's it called?
How You Like Me Now?
Right.
Oh, that's not it.
No, the 9 Inch Nails single that I was
more alive or something like that. Something about alive.
more alive than some. Yeah. So anyway, I put that on, and I just wanted to hear that one song, and that was it. I could not get anything but Tron songs to play for the rest of the 3 hours that I was there. Like I did everything I could to try to change the tone to anything else, and it just kept on. So basically, the same way that like the grid is taking over the real world in this movie, apparently the soundtrack does as well.
As alive as you need me to be.
There we
That's
go.
what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I would agree with that, AJ. I thought the same thing about the soundtrack. Like, Sean's gonna hate me, and a lot of like music people on in the comments are gonna hate me, but I can't stand 9 Inch Nails. Never have been able to. It's one of those acts that I like, ungodly talented. I respect that to the ends of the earth, but I just hate the music. But I completely
Like, if Dream
agree.
Theater wrote the score to my favorite movie, I'd have to give him some credit.
What's your favorite movie?
You don't have to ask him.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
You're
I mean, AJ.
petulant child.
Well, hey, AJ
No,
made a great point, which he's not going to be able to talk about because he's in timeout and he can think about what he said. AJ, I think you made a great point in saying that Daft Punk was perfect because it's like super digital, for Legacy, and then 9 Inch Nails, they it's digital but organic for this one. So I think you nailed it, and I'm sure Sean, like I was indisposed for a minute, but I'm sure Sean, you probably agree with that. And it also, the one thing that also kind of was different about this soundtrack, if you when you listen to it, instead of like a note like it was like it kind of wavered a little bit. It kind of added this nervous tension to certain scenes, which I thought was really, really cool. And I think honestly the best part about it to me was the fact that, and this is going to be completely mundane, but it is what it is. It's me. Following up the Daft Punk soundtrack is pretty much impossible, because even people who hate Tron love that soundtrack. I mean, that soundtrack is pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
And to follow that up is pretty much impossible, but they got so close to the quality.
It was a tall order, but I feel that they completely they understood the assignment and they went all in on it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Oh, I gotta shout this person out. Amy Widenhouse, good to see you. Thanks for, I don't know how you found my nerd podcast, but great to see you. So she and I have been messaging because it's on my Dream Theater show. We were on a Dream Theater thread, and some guy was being a total dick and was completely uneducated about Dream Theater. So, so we're like,
they don't know how to play their instruments.
No, Sean, the guy didn't know that James actually had a vocal injury during the Awake tour, and he was trying to shit on us for making.
Oh, so he's just one of those dudes that wants to shit on things because he needs to shit.
Yeah, he's uneducated. Basically, it was a political discussion about music. Anyway,
well, I'll tell you, his parents suck. His parents are pieces of garbage. They're raised a piece of garbage. So fuck him and his family.
I like it. But yeah, I mean, I think. And then we'll move on to my last thing, and then a few notes and stuff, and then AJ, you had that one thing you wanted to talk about, but yeah, I mean, it really was. I mean, it's an incredible achievement to create something that comes as close to the Daft Punk soundtrack as it does, But and again, AJ, to your point, it incredibly accurate. It really does fit, like the whole point of the movie. it's it is digital,
Mhm.
but it is organic. Like, I mean, it's just beautifully done.
Digital sound, Tron Aries.
And they didn't try to do Daft Punk 2.0.
Exactly.
Which I was
Yeah.
very glad
They
about,
didn't
yeah.
try to copy what, and Daft Punk, to their credit, didn't try to copy what Wendy Carlos did. They incorporated some of it, just like
Yeah.
Trent did, but Trent and Atticus, I'm sorry, but they still did their own thing while understanding the universe that they were creating for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So before we get to AJ's thing, and I have a few notes that I just wanted to throw out after this one. I think there's something we can all agree on, and I will boot the shit out of either of you who disagree with this, like permanent boot, like the kick.
We're in
from
America,
studio.
dude. We're allowed to disagree.
Dude.
See, now I should just take myself out now because whatever you say, I'm going to say the opposite just to piss you off.
No, well, no, you're not. In fact, check this out. This is how important it is, dude. The original Tron grid.
Oh,
They
yes.
went back to the original Tron grid. Not only did they go to the grid, but they painted the characters like they looked in the 1982 movie. They had Bit come back. They had the old school light cycle. That was worth the fucking price of admission in and of itself. That was awesome. I defy anyone to debate that. I mean,
dude,
you guys agree that
100%, dude. I shed a tear the
you.
first time.
Yeah.
Don't
That
fucking
was-
laugh at me, AJ.
All right. No. I'm not laughing at you.
It was so
I'm
beautiful
not laughing
to
at
see.
you. I have to put myself on blast. That's when I took my pee break.
Oh, dude.
He did.
Now you
He
gotta
came
go.
back,
Now you
yeah.
gotta go. You gotta go. Oh, dude. When
He didn't
first
do it on
gets in-
purpose.
oh,
He
man.
didn't
I
do it on
missed-
purpose.
I missed what was probably the best scene in the whole fucking movie because, of course, I would have
Oh, dude.
absolutely
it
loved to
was.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
So-
Now I wasn't crying like. It's not like King Kong, like where I was like, oh my god, why are they hurting that poor ape? It was more like, holy shit, I never thought I would see this ever.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I was,
and
I
the
was
way they
floored.
did it,
Yeah.
I mean, it looked the same. Like I mean, even my wife, she goes, "That is so cool." Like,
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was. It
oh
was
my
just,
god.
By the way, Kale, shut up. No, he should not do that, please. A no max score. Come on, Kale. I love you so much, dude, but no. Mac.
Dream Theater's doing some more astonishing stuff. I didn't say that out loud, but I did.
Yeah, you told me that a while ago.
Yeah.
And somebody also mentioned that Dream Theater did. Oh, Chastity was talking about God of War. She mentioned Raw Dog. That.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, 80s grid,
Yeah.
worth the
Oh,
price of admission,
perfect. Absolutely.
especially in
beautiful.
3D.
Yeah.
And bringing back Bit, like yes, no, like that is
No.
yeah. So, all right. So I have a few notes. If you guys want to jump in on any of this, go ahead. This is just like reflections. I liked how they just got into it. There was no elongated backstory. It was like, let's not screw around. They jump right into it. That was cool. Ares and Eve's escape from the grid tower
Yes.
looks amazing.
Beautiful. And the score under it would like being something
Yes.
slow and like just kind of moody instead of like big action music
Yes.
made that scene even more beautiful.
And can we talk about the digital cube water? How like when they're they're on like the skiff or whatever, like the the
Solar
jet ski.
Sailor?
And no, the jet ski.
yeah,
She puts her hand down and she pulls up like a handful of water. It's all like cubicle, but the splash is on the screen. Like they made it like almost. They weren't round like normal water would be. It was actually cubicle as well. That was amazing.
Did they do that in Legacy as well?
I don't think so. I don't
There
think
was definitely water in Legacy, but I
there's
forget
water
if
in
the
all three of
bubbles were
them.
pixels as well.
Yeah.
I think they were pixels when Tron falls in. All three of them have a water scene, which makes me think that's where it's plugged into the wall. Because when
Nice.
when they start drinking, like in the first one, Ram's like, "Oh, this is what I need right now," and they're drinking the water,
Energy,
like
yeah.
you see them getting energy. That's where it's plugged into the wall, man.
That's where you clearly can't take it literally
Because, man,
computers don't want fucking water. Water and computer is not a good idea.
Well, I think it's
So-
it's metaphorical water.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's my point.
I liked how they basically kind of use Arius's like computerishness to expose plot. Like they kind of move the plot along, like his he's learning humanity, but he's kind of inhuman in a way. I like how they kind of use his personality to kind of push the plot along. I thought that was cool.
So could you say that he is more human than human?
I hate Rob Zombie.
That's a Blade Runner line.
Well, okay, but
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
thinking-
I know. More human than human.
dude, speaking of the
You
Flynn grid,
almost got him, Sean. You almost got him to talk shit about a Harrison Ford movie.
dude, I love Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049.
What about 6 Days, 7? Blade Runner 2049 is my favorite sci-fi flick. What about 6 Days, 7 Nights?
Haven't seen it.
You would talk shit about it, I promise.
So, speaking of the Flynn grid,
Right?
they even had the 80s soundtrack in there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they had the 80s
Yeah.
music, which is great.
Mhm.
They had a really cool quote, I thought, when they were driving across the bridge. It says, "Being human is hard. The same things that make it great are the same things that make it excruciating." I thought that was cool. Very accurate. I thought that it was very kind of poetic that Julian Dillinger fucked up the directive like Flynn did. Flynn told Clue, "You are to create the perfect system," and that screwed him. And then Julian Dillinger did the same thing, which is,
Killed his
get
mom.
Eve Kim back onto the grid by any
Yeah.
means necessary, which ended up costing him his mother. So he was a little, he didn't think it through.
I even love how confused Athena looks when he says, "Who told you to do this?"
Yeah.
Everything about her coming out that last time just pisses her off because she's like, "Why are you questioning what you told me to do?"
Yeah.
But that's a really good call too, on how comparing it to the Flynn thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I
Keep
do
this
have to
going.
say, what that particular line, because I have one more note.
You're making really good points here, and you're making me reconsider things because I haven't seen it as much as you have.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote these down like as I was watching it, the second couple times, like there's that's what I'm saying. That's why the whole story thing like pissed me off, because there's more to it. I mean, it's a very direct, like messing up the directive thing. That's why I mentioned the directive thing earlier, because Athena sticks to it like linear. So does Clue, and it ends
Wait.
up like that's like the whole thing.
So it's a poorly made movie because it's going over most audiences' heads. Got it.
Serve the public trust, uphold the law, protect the innocent, and you cannot arrest an OCP.
It has to be
authority.
executive.
Or executive. All right.
Yep.
Dick,
I love that.
You're fired.
Dude,
Thank you.
That video game, I was just playing that video game today again. Chef's Kiss.
Sorry, I'm an adult.
RoboCop Rogue City, so good. The other thing I thought was kind of cool, interesting, was that the Dillinger grid wasn't all the way destroyed. Because when they dropped that whole thing in there, blow shit up, I thought it was like destroying the grid like they did with the Flynn grid, but apparently not. So I thought that was kind of a cool way to do it, is kind of just like dropping a nuke in there, but things do survive. So that was kind of cool. And I mean, the only other thing was just kind of interesting. It was quite clear in the intro when they have like old, like young Flynn on the television, that it was current Jeff Bridges Jeff Bridges doing the voiceover.
Yeah, and it was
Because he
footage
had,
of
like,
him from some TV
it was
interview in 1981.
Well, and it was the whole, you could tell like he had veneers or dentures or something, because the S's. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I got a lot out of this movie, man.
What about the dude? What about Eve Kim's ringtone? Nobody's talked about that yet. Be-do-do-do, be-do-do-be-do-do-do. From the
Right?
video game. Actually, it's from the score, but from the video game too.
Yes. I mean, dude, there's all kinds of like Easter eggs in this, and it's just
Tons
like,
of them. Yeah, yeah.
and it's deeper, I think, than people give it credit for.
Even the
I
fact
think
that
that's
they
why.
used oranges for their test. I thought that was great because of the orange in the first movie.
Nobody has mentioned that.
The oranges. The second I
I've
saw the oranges, I'm like, that's awesome. And the
I
here
did
goes
too.
nothing. Yeah.
Here goes
awesome.
nothing. Yeah. I mean, here
comes
goes
something.
something. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That. I mean, dude, and even like there was a simple, I mean, obviously, you know, when he hangs up the phone, he goes end of line like that. So they had to use end of line. But I
That
mean,
felt forced, to be
it's
honest.
a,
But it was still cool to be there.
you know what though? It was a cool way to do it. I mean,
It worked, yeah.
you can't have a Tron movie that's end of line. But anyway,
Well, you can.
the whole like it's a very simple line. It's one word, you know, but it was used in the first one. They reiterated it in the second one, and in this one, when they say it, it sounds like it was taken, like the actual audio was taken from the second one. Just go, you know, because in the first one, like Tron tells him, like go,
Yeah,
and then
when Flynn,
in the second one, when you know Clue comes, you know, they're walking down the street and he's like, Tron's fighting off Clue and whatever and everything. He's like, Flynn, go, and then they did it again in this one. And as soon as I heard him, like, that's the same audio. And I wonder if they didn't layer the.
It could very well be. That's a good call on that.
It really does sound. It really did sound like it, because it didn't sound like Ares' voice. It sounded like Tron's voice. So that to me, I was just like, and it hit me like, and it's not that I wanted it. So it's not like I was trying to will it into existence. It's just it hit me like, oh, that sounded like Tron.
Don't be a doobie, be a doobie. Will it into existence. Will this fourth movie into existence, man.
It just don't be a doobie, a doobie.
Well, close enough. I said, don't be a be a doobie. Yeah, I did.
That is hilarious. Oh my
that's
God.
Not my line. I stole that from Lethal Weapon 4. And we're done talking about that. But just will it happen? Dude, all the shit that I talked about the movie are like, these are legitimate problems I had with it. Doesn't mean I love the movie any less, man. Just keep your pantyhose on, honey.
Well, let's give our final thoughts then. And then AJ, you did want to mention something real quick. I think it's a quick discussion, but I think we can have a few minutes worth of it, unless you want to save it for another show. But it's kind of topical now. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think I need to give very many final thoughts. I loved it. I saw it 3 times. I saw it in IMAX the first time. I saw it in IMAX 3D the second time, which my wife doesn't know about. And I saw it in 3D with my wife the very next night. 2 nights in a row. Yeah. Dude, I went in wanting to see a kick-ass Tron movie, and I saw a kick-ass Tron movie. And I absolutely loved that they left it wide open for an amazing fourth film.
So you're calling it amazing already. How do you know it's going to be amazing? What if it's shit? What if you go in and be like, what if you walk out of the fourth movie and be like, ooh, what the hell?
These are my final thoughts. You can have your final thoughts in a minute. So yeah, I like how it set up a phenomenal fourth film. And yes, I do believe it will be phenomenal. I just loved it, man. I wanted to see light cycles. I wanted to see recognizers. I wanted to see, I wanted to see Tron, and I saw Tron. It added to the lore. It added to the whole thing for me, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want there to be like a wet fart in the trilogy, and I didn't get that. It's like I love the first one, love the second one, obviously, and this one I love it too. I mean, if I had to rank them, obviously it would go Ares, original, legacy, but that's basically if I had to give them a percentage of how much I love them, it'd be like 98, 99, 100 basically is the only way I can like phrase it. So,
okay, all right.
Yeah, so no, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I completely disagree with the negative reviews. I loved it. I loved it. So AJ, final thoughts on Tron Ares.
2-word synopsis: fun movie. Simple enough. You mentioned rankings. I was going to bring that up as a final point. I'm going to put this one in last place behind the original and Tron Legacy on the top. But it's like when we tried to rank the original Star Wars trilogy. Return of the Jedi is going to end up at the bottom, but that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It just means, well, when you've got an awesome movie, a really awesome movie, and then perfection, well, you're still going to be in last place. So
yeah.
There we go. There's my thoughts. Not very deep and thoughtful, but hey, that's cool. We've got a third guy over here who's going to tell us exactly, something smarter, I hope.
Not really, but AJ, you just said something. You just said something really smart, though. A friend of mine texted me the next morning after we had both seen the new one. He was like, I've already gotten rid of my ticket for IMAX, blah, blah, blah. Legacy was better. I'm like, look, dude, just because a movie isn't as good as its predecessor doesn't automatically make it bad. And that's another thing with I'm just done with society, I think, because there's just too many, like, everything's so extreme now that it's just like, yeah, it's not as good as Legacy. It's not as good as the first one. It's still a good movie. I liked it a lot. Done. I mean, I'm with John. Like, I mean, I'm not as like, oh, I'm going to forgive it of its flaws. Like, it's got flaws and I don't care. I'm just here to acknowledge them because I thought we were, reviewing a movie, but I forgot. Like, oh yeah, it's great. I loved it. I have to love it because it says Tron. But yeah, if I were to rank it, John, I would actually go in order. Tron, Legacy, and then Ares.
So you
I'm
prefer
old.
the original over Legacy? Okay.
Just by a tiny bit.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I would argue with at all. So I could see why you would do that. Yeah. All right. All right. So AJ had something that he wanted to talk about, but I think we're at an hour and 41 minutes. So maybe we can do a quick bonus episode this coming week sometime, AJ. Like just a quick little 15, 20 minutes or something. Cause I know what you were going to talk about. And I
just heard about it too. So
my answer.
Well, it's not much of a tease if we don't say what we're going to talk about.
Well, I mean, Adam Driver pitched a Ben Solo movie that Disney shot down.
And like every other Star Wars podcast or any channel that covers it, we have thoughts. So that's our tease right there.
Do you think we can get it in 8 minutes? Because I just realized we can't broadcast to the VCN because they have so much damn programming. Can we get it in 8 minutes?
Sure, let's lightning round it. Let's go.
Let's do it in 7 minutes, and then we can do the outro in 1 minute. We'll stop it at an hour and 50 minutes. Okay. All right. So, long and short, Adam Driver, and who was the director? AJ? It was a really famous guy. Was it Soderbergh?
Steven Soderbergh. Yep.
Yeah. Adam Driver and Steven Soderbergh came up with the Ben Solo movie. It's kind of like the search for Ben, whatever the hell.
The search for more money.
Exactly. Spaceballs 3, the search for 2. I really hope they call it that. And so it was a Ben Solo movie that happened after Rise of Skywalker. And AJ has put a link to the article in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Disney shot it down because they said, well, I don't see how you can bring him back. He's dead. My very quick thoughts on this are, I agree. I think that opens a very dangerous window if they're to bring him back, because that's some world between worlds shit. Like a dead guy comes back, like, okay, well then where does it stop? Then, I mean, so I don't know. I mean, and AJ, you have a point about that we texted about, so I'll let you do that. But that's my quick thought, and I don't know if I have any other thoughts. If we were doing a Ben Solo like prequel, okay, but after he's dead, yeah, Kale nails it. Somehow Palpatine returned. Which, by the way, Kale, I saw an article the other day that actually explained that and actually made a lot of sense out of it, which is Chastity Crawley says there's such a thing called flashbacks. Yeah, true, Chaz.
Force ghosts! Fucking Force ghosts! Obi-Wan came back, Qui-Gon came back, Luke came back, Yoda came back. He could be a fucking Force ghost.
So we're going to do a whole movie about Force ghosts. Okay. AJ, Ben Solo coming back movie, and then Sean, we'll get to yours.
Okay,
No,
so the lightning round version is this. He worked on it for 2 years with Steven Soderbergh. It got all the way to a script. Kathleen Kennedy gave it the green light. It went up to Disney then, and Bob Iger is the one who shot it down. Now, what's not clear from the reporting is, did Bob Iger read the script? Because to your point about, well, that sounds really dumb, and I don't want like dead characters coming back. But that's the whole point of the movie, is like, isn't that the hook? Like, holy shit, how did Ben Solo come back? Maybe I want to go see that. So I'm not going to shit on the idea until I hear how it was going to play out, because there's a lot of weird shit in Star Wars. That's kind of one of the conceits. So until I know how it plays out, I can't say that it's a bad idea. That's my lightning take. Sean, what do you think?
Somehow is not a god. It's not an explanation. Or somehow he came back. Let's talk about that really quick, John. A good movie doesn't need supplemental material to understand it after the fact. Like all that somehow shit should have been in episode. Terrible. I think it's a good idea to explore, just because as much, and like I'm sure it's universally known how much I do not like episode 9. I loved Adam Driver's performance in that movie a lot, and I would love to see
100%.
him explore
He's my favorite
that
sequel
character.
trilogy character.
And it's this performance in
That's why
9 that like really. What? It's his performance in 9 that really did it for me too. That I was like, he just nailed ripping off Harrison Ford when he had to. Well, not ripping off, but you know what I mean. But like everything he did, that when I first read about it, I was like, I would love to see that. I would love to see him do it again. Zombie Star Wars. No, yeah, because Marvel's not doing enough of that shit.
Right.
I'm tired of the oversaturation of Star Wars stuff, to be honest with you. But Soderbergh and Adam Driver working together on something like that just seems like a sure win.
Would he have to hook up with Ray, or would he have to just be like, yes,
you.
I thought I was dead. I thought I was gonna die. So let's
They're
just not think
cousins.
about that kiss too much. Okay?
They're cousins. All right. This is not Game of Thrones. They're cousins. Nothing can
Would it-
happen. That was a friendly kiss.
It's like people who get married on death row. Like, yeah, I'll marry anybody if I know I'm getting the chair in 15 minutes.
Also, AJ, it could be he faked his death just to get away from Frank.
Just to get out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
he
way, all
teleported.
and they actually put that in the movie so that the Raylos can just absolutely just lose their minds. Their
So
heads
he was
It's like the most Coyote Ugly ever. Yeah.
he was doing the thing that Luke beat him with in the last movie. That's what he did in.
Yes, I wasn't
See?
really there.
I wasn't there.
Oh
That
my
wasn't
God.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I agree. I would love to see more Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, whatever. Soderbergh, I'd have to look up his movies to know if I know.
He's a very
anything.
capable filmmaker.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I've
He
seen
did the
stuff.
Ocean's movies. He's been doing a lot of movies with.
Well, I know his
but
name,
yeah.
so obviously he's capable,
Yeah.
and
No,
I would trust Adam Driver because pretty much everything Adam Driver's in is, if the movie's not good, he's awesome. And so I like the concept. I just don't see how they could pull it off without it being stupid.
He did,
And I mean, but
Soderbergh
well,
did that movie with Adam Driver and the one with Adam Driver and Bond. Lucky, what the hell? I think Soderbergh did that movie, and I'm
I
trying to
do not
remember.
remember.
Logan Lucky.
okay, don't remember
Never
that
heard
one.
of it.
No, and
Never
I'm
heard of
wrong
it.
anyway.
If there was ever a for your consideration,
Yeah,
It's
No,
Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Daniel Craig, Katie Holmes actually being very good in a movie, surprisingly. No hate, by the way, no hate. Yeah, and there's just a bunch of other names that if you saw them, you'd know them. Seth MacFarlane, yeah, it's a good movie, but Jack Quaid.
look at that, Nick. Look at that, Nick Hall, Operation Cinder, but instead of Palpatine, it's Kylo, and yes, Logan Lucky.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I just my fear is that but is that it would be stupid. But AJ, to your point, the whole point of the movie is explaining it to where it's not stupid. So
Mhm.
I mean, and Sean, to bring it full circle, to bring it to one of your original points tonight, it's a Star Wars movie. If they announce it, like, yeah, I'm gonna go see that, even if I think it's gonna be like stupid, I'm going.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
Right.
It doesn't mean
I
you
mean-
have to love it though. Like I need to
Yeah.
understand that. Okay, all right.
No, of course,
Yep.
of course, but yeah.
And the quote from Adam Driver, the script was presented to Lucasfilm. They loved the idea. They totally understood our angle and why we were doing it. We took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they said no. It does not say in that quote whether or not they read the script. Because you're right. The elevator pitch is like, no, he's dead. I don't get it.
And this sounds like
But
something
if
the
you read
fans
the
would
script,
actually
obviously
want.
the answer would be in there, I would assume. So,
Yeah. Well,
so
and,
did they
and-
shoot down a bad idea, or did they shoot down an idea without knowing what it was?
Yeah.
Considering who shot it down, I'm going with the latter.
Also, given some of the shit that they greenlit for Star Wars, I'm like, wow, really? That's where you draw the line?
Yeah.
You let Rise of Skywalker through, but this one's a bridge too far. Okay.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean that's a good question, AJ. I mean, I wonder if they're just not maybe it was like they're not willing to take the chance. Maybe it was,
I think they're so hyper focused on fan reaction that
You think?
they're letting the fans steer the ship.
Yeah. That's dangerous.
To a bad degree.
That's why
100%.
episode 9 failed. You
Yeah.
saw
No,
the whiners win, and it didn't work.
Well, it's actually I mean the better example is why Solo failed. Because you had a bunch of assholes going, well, I'm going to boycott the next movie because I don't like The Last Jedi.
Because Last Jedi didn't do what I wanted it to do, what I've been talking about for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I thought it should do this for 2 years, and since it didn't, forget this movie. Solo also came out way too soon after Last Jedi. It wasn't a year.
True.
It was.
And as soon as
I'll give you that.
And as soon as Rise of Skywalker got flamed online and bombed, like we haven't heard shit about any sequel trilogy characters since until just now, and they still can't get a script written for any sequel trilogy character to come back. Which been sucks. 7 years as of next year since Rise of Skywalker, and we're still waiting for a movie. Like it didn't just tank the characters of the sequel trilogy. It tanked Star Wars in theaters for 7 fucking years.
Isn't that disgusting?
Disney's just too goddamn scared to put anything out now because, oh my God.
The fans, so there's the fans and then there's the whiners, and it's two different groups of people. Like you can be a fan of something and not like something in that whole spectrum. But to boycott and be like, oh, remake it and make it not canon. Like the same thing with the Game of Thrones finale. Like, oh, they should remake it and make it not canon. Let's sign a petition because, that's how Hollywood works. Oh, people didn't like it. We're just going to remake it for them because there's a petition.
Yeah.
No.
The Zack Snyder cut of Justice League is
phenomenal.
Maybe one of the worst things to happen to Hollywood because now fans think if we just tweet enough, we'll get a thing made. Like,
but it was a good movie.
Yeah.
The Zack Snyder Justice League is a good movie.
Well, that's a whole other thing. We're not doing a bonus.
No, I get it. But like, but you're also right though, because like all of a sudden the internet has negative things to say. We are getting Mando and Grogu, yeah, right? Mm-hmm. But we're also getting
the aim. Nick Hall said it right. Way to go, Nick. He says we are getting Mando and Grogu.
That's why I'm in the middle, so I could just do this.
I'm like, do I go to the left? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I go to the left if I'm pointing to the right. Okay.
Now, here's the one more encouraging bit about this Ben Solo news because we're trying to wrap this up here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daisy Ridley already marched out on stage over a Rey movie that's probably never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Better.
Adam Driver said, I would absolutely come back for the right story and the right director. We're finally getting, because the story that we all heard was that everybody hated doing the sequels. It was a miserable experience, and they walked as far away and as fast as they could from Star Wars as a result. Like no one was clamoring to see Adam Driver or John Boyega or friggin'
Oscar Isaac,
Daisy Ridley or Oscar Isaac at a celebration since. They're just like, they're never showing up. Just forget it now. It seems like maybe enough time has passed where there might be some redemption for the sequels if some better material comes out for them.
Well,
I would like to see it.
Or AJ, and here's the thing, and you know this, and Sean, unfortunately, this is one part of the discussion you won't have experience with. AJ, at Celebration, how many times have we dude, Hayden Christensen is now the golden child. Why? Yes. Because so much time passed, and all of a sudden he shows up to a celebration and all the fan community loses their goddamn mind, and they're like, I want Anakin Skywalker. I loved this. I love the prequels. And it's like, so your point about time passing is absolutely accurate. And Sean, that's the only reason I said like this is something you don't have experience with.
I got you.
Because I'm telling you, at these celebrations, like Ahmed Best is another one. Like that guy was ready. I mean, he said, in that documentary was ILM. I forget if it's the ILM one or not, but
yeah,
he was considering suicide over the negative reaction to Jar Jar Binks and all the crap he was catching. And now, if you put Ahmed Best anywhere near a Star Wars anything, the fan base is just like, I love you. Like they go completely bananas. So, I mean, AJ, your point's completely accurate.
Well, it's because
So
he
it-
rescued Grogu.
Well,
Mhm.
well, but and that character was from the TV show.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, AJ, you're not wrong. So, I mean,
But I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged that we might get more better content with the sequel trilogy characters, because you can't keep telling Luke, Han, and Leia stories forever.
No, I
And
agree.
Look, I love Hayden, but also prequel, and part of what makes it special is that he's a prequel movie character. If he shows up in everything now and he's in every Disney Plus series, it's like, oh shit, okay. It's like Anthony Daniels. No one pops their tits for
Yes, Kel.
Anthony Daniels doing C-3PO, because C-3PO shows up in everything, because Anthony
No, that's
Daniels
that,
will do everything.
no. I would disagree with that. People still go bonkers. Anthony Daniels is like the OG. Like he's like second only to George Lucas, basically.
He was the MC.
Him
of
and
the Star Wars
Mark Hamill
Orchestra.
and Anthony Daniels are like, yeah, like, you know, yeah. But anyway, I know we're running up on time, but yeah, AJ, I completely agree with you. And Sean, as much as you dislike Rise of Skywalker, I know that you're not a hater of the sequel trilogy. You like a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you, AJ. Like, I really think that like having more of those characters would be great. I've been on record many times on the show saying that I loved the character of Rey. So I'm super pumped for whatever they do with her, because as I've said, one movie for her is not going to be one. It's going to be episode 10, 11, and 12. It's going to be a Jedi, the resurrection of the Jedi Order. There'll be Tron, and they're building to something. And yeah, so if this Adam Driver thing, it sucks if the execs, like you said, AJ, didn't even look at the script, just went, no. Like I hope that they read it, and maybe they're not a fan of the story. Maybe there's something they could tweak, because it'd be great. We would get, some Ben Solo. We would get some, Rey back. I mean, I would love it. So I'm kind of bummed
And let's
about
do
this
right
news.
by Finn. They need to do right by Finn also.
I'd be fine with that too.
He got relegated to a nothing character in that third movie, and that was just that they did him dirty, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Look at Kale. Kale, I think you better wrap this, guys. Next show's ready to start. Yeah, well, guess what, Kale? It's my show, and I can do whatever I want. And you've been here for 2 hours, so what the hell are you complaining about? Apparently, anyway, yeah. So we'll jump off on that, but yeah, I just think that there, it would be awesome to see that kind of thing. And I was just about to make an awesome point, and Kale sidetracked me, so thanks, Kale. But
Kale.
Yeah, I hope they change their minds about it, and I hope it happens, because I think there's so much left there, so much story to tell with those characters.
Please, seriously.
So,
yeah, if you want to tie it back into Tron Ares, I think most people's complaints about Tron Ares are the same one that we have about the sequel trilogy. You presented us with a lot of potential, and you didn't pay it off. I'm not saying that's our take on Tron Ares, but that is the main criticism: is it could have been cooler.
Okay. All right, there you go. There's the full circle moment. So, all right, so Sean, AJ, and I are going to close up shop, but before we go, dude, it was awesome to see you. Awesome to hang out.
Thank you for having me, man. I love you guys.
Yeah, man.
Love you too, man. Great to see you. When is your next Bon Jovi shows, and where can people find your stuff at, your solo music?
Well, they can find my solo music. Just go to Linktree, and however you type that in, and Sean Faust music. The next
Faust
Bon
is
Jovi.
Faust is Faust, by the way, and Sean is Sean.
That is correct. And a matter of fact, I'm doing the solo thing on Saturday, November 8th at John and Peter's in beautiful downtown New Hope, Pennsylvania. It's an afternoon gig, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Original stuff, covers. I throw random Dream Theater teases into everything. It's fun. And the next, Slippery When Wet, New Jersey, the nation's longest running, most authentic tribute to 80s Bon Jovi. is December 6th at Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey on Van Houten Ave, which I believe is the Guinness Book of World Records for the most bars on one street.
Is there really a place called
Nice.
Dingbats?
It's called Dingbats with a Z because that's metal.
AJ, if I ever had fuck you money, you would know because I would buy that street and I would leave Dingbats,
Right.
but I would have nitwits, ding dongs, jerk offs. I would just name, you know,
Numbnuts.
like the exact, yes, every stupid freaking insult like that possible. Oh my God. Anyway, so. All
But
right,
yeah,
well,
that's
awesome show.
where you can find me. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Thank you. I love you
See ya.
guys.
All right. Well, that's how to get punted.
Yeah, there you
He
go.
saved it for the end, though. He knew exactly when to lay that in.
Yes. Yes. I had that argument the other day, by the way, and I was literally like 10-on-1. It was, you know, kind of like, anyway, I was going to make a bad mom joke. But anyway, yeah, the Die Hard is an action movie that happens at Christmas. If you disagree with us, you're wrong. And if you'd like to see our long form thoughts, just go back in our archives and we have an episode all about that. So,
Exactly.
yeah. In any case, AJ, great episode, man. This was fun. Your costume is period accurate. Well done. So
$7 whole dollars.
Excellent job. Did you
And a year and a half of hair growth too, but you know, who's counting?
see that's why you were growing it out. You saw the stills in the trailer for Tron Ares last year, and you're like, I'm gonna be Tron Ares for Halloween next year.
Right. Yeah.
So there you go. All you have to do is just, you know, wear your costume right now, walk outside when it's raining, and put your hand up and be like, precipitation 2.6 inches. Cam McLeish up your butt. It's not a Christmas movie. All right, dude. What say we get out of here?
Sounds good.
This
We've given them over 2 hours of content, and for not a single dollar, even so, we're pretty generous.
not that we're, you know, those guys. Like, hey, sign up for our Patreon. You get stuff. There's our Patreon plug. We'll
Even
figure
you cheap
that out
bastards who
some
don't, you still got 2 hours of us, so you're welcome.
point. There you go. All right, guys. Well, that'll wrap up another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Always great to see Chastity Crawley, Kim McLeish, obviously, Amy Weidenhouse. Thank you for tuning in. Great to see you. Obviously, we've got our good buddy Nick Hall on here. Joseph Wren, great to see you, man. Guys, we'll be right back here in 2 weeks on Wednesday, November 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Topic to be determined. But yeah, we'll be back on that date at that time at all of our usual locations. Guys, I know I always say that we are brought to you by Audible. I actually have a book recommendation for tonight. It is Ozzy Osbourne's most recent book. He literally finished it 2 weeks before he passed. It's called Last Rites. I'm listening to it right now, and it's a little sad. It's all about, you know, his life from 2018 till, you know, 2 weeks before he passed. But it's fascinating because it's got his humor. It tells all about his health problems and explains why he was supposed to do a lot more shows and didn't. It's very human, very funny. It's just a great listen so far. I'm about halfway through. So that is my Audible recommendation. It just came out, so go grab that one if you're into Ozzy Osbourne or biographies of any kind. So again, guys, we will be right back here on Wednesday, November 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Do not forget, if you would like some awesome virtual Cantina Network swag, just go to tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. And as always, guys, go get some awesome customizable Nerf Herder Council swag at shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. AJ, any final thoughts?
Go see Tron Ares. It's well worth your ticket price, despite what everyone online is going to tell you.
I love it. All right, so until next time, guys, I am your host, JT. He is AJ.
And we will catch you next time.
Oh, he stole my line.
I did. I totally.